Difficult conversations. Don't you love them? Aren't you like, oh, yay, today I hope I have a difficult conversation? But they are a fact of life, especially as you're going through a divorce. So, this video obviously is focused on divorce, but difficult conversations show up in every aspect of our lives. And knowing how to manage them well is really important. And one of the first ways to knowing how to manage it well is by being prepared. Hi, I'm Claudia Brown Coulter with Pivotal Peace. I'm your go-to mediator for navigating divorce while parenting children with special needs. I'm also a registered legal document assistant, LDA, based in the greater Los Angeles area. Okay, you got to talk to your soon-to-be ex, and you not getting along, right? Everything you say triggers him, and you don't know why. Oh, good times. Just remember, you're going to be divorced from them soon. It's going to end. In the meantime, you got to get stuff figured out. Do not wait for the divorce to be finalized before you figure out what you're going to do. Have those conversations now, please. Please. Okay? All right. If you're having a hard time talking about your custodial arrangements for the children, then it's something like keeping your focus on the kids. Remember, this isn't about you. When it comes to the kids, it's about the kids. And of course, they know what's best. They always know what's best. They're fine. They don't need that. What makes you think you're the primary parent? You can't spend all that time with them. No, Yet they don't even know the child's teacher's name, their room number. Okay. So I recognize that your spouse may not be operating in reality, but you have to operate under California law. So if they really pushed for 50-50 custody and took you to court, it's very likely the court may give it to them. So instead of putting yourself through all that struggle and strain, figure out how to phrase things. So you could say something like, I think it's important we create a schedule that works for the both of us and keeps our children's routines consistent. What days do you feel would work best for you? You're keeping the focus on the future. I had somebody who blustered and blustered. I'm a stay-at-home dad. It happened to be a dad. I'm a stay-at-home dad. I'm just as much a parent as the mom is. He was very upset. And so then when we got down to talking about the percentage of custodial time that he wanted, maybe like one day a week. I don't really need them to spend the night though. Walk through and talk through the bluster. Don't make them feel threatened. Just have the conversation. What's best for the kids? What would work for you? You might be surprised. That requires humility on your part because it might be a scary conversation, but focus on the kids. Have an open hand. What would work best for you? And then you can have a conversation about that. If it's about property, it's okay. It seems like we're disagreeing. So let's write down what we know that we have and figure out what plan might work for us. What's important to you? What's important to me? What do you think is important to me? And what I think is important to you? And see where we overlap and see where we already agree. And then you can talk about the things you don't agree on. But it could be that there are so many things you already agree on. So start that conversation by figuring out what you do already agree on and then talk about what you don't agree on. And you can be like, I already know. Okay, great. Has it changed? Maybe they've changed. Maybe you have different expectations. Maybe you're both not agreeing about what to do with the house, but your desires for the house are a little bit different and you're not really sure about that. You think that their desire is one thing and they think your desire is another, but it's something totally different. So get clear. It's like when you're dating or maybe you're friends with someone and you define the relationship, define the problem, define exactly what we are not agreeing about. You ain't got to talk forever. Just figure out what the problem is. That's progress. If your spouse, sometimes somebody just still wants to be really involved with your life. They broke your heart and then they want to be really involved with your life. You can just say, you know what? This is a lot right now. I'm processing. Okay, I'll get back to you in a couple of days. Right? Or I'd much rather not talk about us right now. Let's really focus on the kids to ensure their safety, to ensure that they transition properly through this. Because you need some space. You gonna need some space to process your own emotions, even if it's something you both wanted, even if nobody broke someone else's heart. You still have to process, and you have to move apart from one another. And that starts emotionally here. So being all up in everyone's head and knowing everything that's going on, it's got to stop. Maybe it's a conversation about our finances. Maybe it's a one income household, and now you've got to go into two houses and there's still one income. So then it's a conversation of, okay, let's write down everything we all need as a family. Okay, mortgage for this place, rent for this place, child care, extracurricular activities, all the things that gym memberships, all the things that we need, and then figure out how it's going to work. Figure out a plan that's going to work for the both of us. You'd be surprised how far you can get with these conversations. And it's okay if you have these conversations and you can't get anywhere. Because a lot of times couples can have a conversation about many things. And then it's that one or two things that they cannot agree upon. That's where I come in. That's where I come in as a mediator and help you talk about those things. It is so much better for you to have conversations about things that you can do. Right? If you can have a conversation and you're not fighting, you can reach an agreement, or you can push through the uncomfortableness, the bluster, the frustration, and get to the other side with the conversation and really reach a resolution. Great. You save money. You preserve that relationship. Even though you're divorcing, you still have a relationship. Your relationship is just changing, right? And then you don't have to waste time hashing things out that you could have taken 5 minutes to hash out at the kitchen table. So save the complicated things, the things that you're really entrenched on, for the mediator. And keep talking. Keep talking. Sometimes your spouse will shut you down. There are people everywhere who you push them a little bit to have a conversation and they just shut down. And it is, it is so frustrating. It is so frustrating. You can give them a little space, or you can push it just a little bit more and just say, okay, let me just clarify this. Let's keep talking. I think we can get past this disagreement. Let me try to understand you. You try to understand me. Okay, it's my turn to talk. I'm not going to interrupt you. Please don't interrupt me. If you can stick with it and they can stick with it, you can resolve a lot. It requires so much maturity. Be the mature person. They will respond to you. Okay, I'm really feeling this one today. If you have things that you have conflict over, that you're like, I wish I knew how to do this. I wish I knew how to handle this type of situation. Go ahead and drop a comment below so that I can make a video specifically for you. Have a great week, and I'll see you soon.